Have you seen what she's done? Honestly, what is she thinking? She's obviously that fall. She's had a bang to the head. She's not right. Good evening, guys, and welcome to day 12 of we're almost halfway through, of my 31-day Shocktober movie review challenge. That's a big mouthful for you. And last night I watched What Keeps You Alive, which was requested by the user Cresslia. I've wanted to see this one for quite a long time, and I have deliberately put off watching this one to do my review, as most of the movies that are popping up on my list I've seen. I wanted to leave some brand new ones. So I left this one. Jen's Reviews from the Graves reviewed this earlier in the month, and given comments they made, I've been desperate to see this one. So finally I've seen it, and wow. I only love this as well. Yesterday's movie Baskin was awesome, and I also adored this one. Give you some movie facts here first of all. This was written and directed by Colin Minihan. You may know him, he's behind the Grave Encounters movies, and also It Stains the Sands Red. That's a bit of a mouthful. This stars, the two main actresses in this one are Hannah Emily Anderson and Brittany Allen. Now, they actually worked together on the movie Jigsaw, but never actually had any scenes together. They were just in that movie together. Brittany actually also was in It Stains the Sands Red, so she's worked with the writer-director before. She was also in a movie Stillborn, which I know I discussed in one of my weekly catch-ups a while back. And Hannah Emily Anderson, obviously Jigsaw like I mentioned, she's also in The Purge. So two quite, you know, they're used to horror actresses. So let me give you a bit of a synopsis. We have a lesbian married couple who are celebrating their 1-year anniversary, and they decide to go on a little breakaway to spend some time together to a remote cabin, like a forest cabin, which, you know, idyllic, beautiful, all that. And it starts off like any other movie. Just a really nice couple. I really appreciated the fact they used a lesbian couple in this. Apparently originally it was just to be a heterosexual couple, and the male had scheduling conflicts, couldn't do the movie, and they replaced him with another woman. And I personally love the fact that they're, I don't like to use the word normalising because that just sounds like there's something weird or different about it, which there isn't, but we should have movies with lesbian couples, with gay couples, because, you know, why not? Why is it always a heterosexual couple? So I love that, and I love the fact that they didn't give in to that, oh, sexy lesbian scene type thing. Yeah, there are love scenes in it, but not in such a way that's put across just to have the lesbian relationship there as something to titillate the viewers. They're a proper real couple, real emotions, real characters that we see. So yeah, that was awesome. The two girls quite different. One is, I don't want to say masculine in appearance. She's not masculine in appearance. Short hair, very plain, quite tomboyish. And the other girl, extremely beautiful, just drop dead gorgeous. This is really hard to review without giving you any spoilers. If you want to know nothing at all, I knew nothing about this movie going in. I had seen a clip of a trailer of one of the girls with a bit of blood in her head in the forest, and that was it. That's all I knew, and I went in blind. And that's probably how you should if you haven't seen this at all. It's very good, the acting's fantastic, the story's really good, it's well worth watching, it's well paced, it's a really good movie. Go watch it. If you stay, I am going to discuss some spoilers about the movie because it's very hard for me to discuss it without giving away some aspects of what happens. So you've been warned. From this point I may tell you some things that happen in the movie. So I should have looked up this couple's name, shouldn't I? We've got Jackie and Jules. Jackie's the drop dead gorgeous one, Jules is the quite tomboyish one. So when they get there, I'll not go into all the details as to how she found out, but turns out Jackie is a bit of a sociopath, psychopath, mad killer who has the hell was that? Something's just flown past my window. It's like really dark and something light has just flown past my... I've no idea what that was. Honestly, I don't need this. I'm in the house on my own. What the hell was that? Right, so Jackie is a bit of a sociopath, psychopath. She's got no emotion, no feeling. She has managed to have this entire year-long relationship, marriage, convincing Jules that she loves her when in actual fact she feels absolutely nothing. She has a history of being this way with ex-partners, and she has in the past killed ex-partners. This comes to light during the movie. When they have a bit of a disagreement about something, Jackie actually pushes Jules off the edge of a cliff and she falls really nastily. Jackie thinks that she's dead. She goes back to their cabin and practices how she's going to sound when she calls the police, and the acting's just first rate. She's pretending to be distraught and she's getting ready, she's getting practiced. She goes back out to the area, obviously to phone from the point of where her wife fell, to find that her wife's not there. So we've got that whole thing that went on in the Revenge movie where girl falls down, they think she's dead, oops, she's disappeared. So this is what happened. And the movie basically goes on with Jackie actually catches Jules again, and she has her in the cabin, held to ransom, tied up, and she always sort of has the intention, or it comes across as she always has the intention to kill her, but she just seems to be keeping her around for long periods of time, and I don't know for what reason. But the performance by Jules as Brittany Allen in this is just second to none. They're both amazing, but Brittany just plays this role of being terrified of just a complete and utter... That moment, she's just fallen. She's lifted herself back up. She's in a really bad state. She's hiding in the forest. She hears Jackie coming, calling for her, looking, you know, like sounding really concerned. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, I'm so sorry. And she's hiding, listening, and she's about to come out and go to her. And then her whole face changes to a completely straight, serious cross face, and she's cursing her out. And it's like, oh my God, like, my wife is a complete psychopath. And the look on her face when that realization from fear goes to compassion and perhaps understanding, and then it goes to shock, and then it goes from shock to being terrified, to being distraught, and just all those emotions, and she does not say one word, and all of those emotions pass her face, and it's amazing. And how Hannah can flip from just a girl next door, a nice, pleasant, sweet, loving, caring girl, to this complete and utter psychopath, is just awesome. And two very strong female roles, which to me, I love that. They're not just final girls, they're not just cannon fodder, they're not just there for the boobs, they're there because they're the two main lead strong roles in this, and it's awesome. I'll not go into... I don't know if you're still watching this for, if you haven't seen it, probably wasn't a good idea. I won't go into how it ends, I won't go into anything else that happens because that would just be silly. But oh my goodness, I loved the performances, I loved the setting, I loved the camera work, the cinematography, the sound design. How this... It was a bit frustrating, a decision that Brittany's character, Jules, is it? A bit frustrating, a decision that Jules makes at the end of the movie, getting to the end of the movie. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. But she's an intelligent, switched-on lass, and she makes a decision that any sane person would be like, what the hell are you doing? Is there something wrong with you? Why have you done that? And that kind of like threw me for a bit of a wobbly. I'm thinking, no, what have you done that for? And then they end it in a way that's just amazing. I had issue with that decision that Jules makes. If you've seen it, you'll know what I mean. And I thought that shouldn't have been put in. But I do love how it ends. And I kind of have a love for things that don't end as they're expected to. And I have a love for things that end in a way that can't be neatly tied up with a nice little bow, which this certainly does. It's just... a lot of what happens ties back to earlier conversation. That's my husband and son back now. I get these teeny tiny portions of time to do things, and then they pass, and it's past, so I need to wrap this up. So yeah, that decision sucked, but how they ended it, I'm what happened right at the end. Loved it. I would thoroughly recommend this to anyone. The acting's great, like I say, the setting's great, cinematography's great, the story's really strong. Yeah, there's nothing to not like about this movie, and for me, I loved it. Jen said there was something about it that sort of like spoiled it a bit for her. I'd like to know what that is, Jen. Was it that decision that Jules made? Tell me below in the comments. Just write the word spoilers so no one can blame you for spoiling it, and then tell me what it was in the comments that ruined it a bit for you. But yeah, I would thoroughly recommend this. I'm going to score this one a 8.5 out of 10, which brings it in par with Killer Party and not quite as good as Baskin because that was just messed up. That was just wow. Baskin I gave a 9 to yesterday. I'm giving this an 8.5 because I really did love this one too. That's been 2 really strong days, so I'm really pleased with that. And that was Cresslia that asked for that one, so thanks very much for that because I loved it. Tomorrow's movie is Sean's movie. It is The Brood, and that is requested by Sean Patrick Urshan from The Horror Corner. Tune in and stay scared. I can't help it. It has to be done. So yeah, it's The Brood tomorrow night, so hopefully that'll be as good as these two have been, fingers crossed. To end as usual, here's a list of my pals who are also taking part in 31 Days of Horror, so if you check those out for the reviews, it would be much appreciated. I'll just add also that 2 pals, Last Venom 76 on that list and Dave Maggot, are both running competitions, subscriber giveaways at the moment, so if you check those out that would be awesome. And I will go now and see you again tomorrow to review The Brood. Over and out from Lisa Lives.